All right, what's up, guys? We are back for another episode. We're going to keep it light and fluffy like a cookie.
Whoa,
Is a cookie
light and
fluffy? I
fluffy.
sometimes think they are. No, maybe a cake? Is that a cake? That's a
Cookies,
cake.
cake,
Cookie cake,
pastries. I don't know, whatever
fluffy.
you want to say.
Hey, so
All
you
good.
you wanted to talk about fun. So what's the topic going to be?
Well, I hate it when you do that.
Well, you said it was going to be fun, so I thought it'd be fun to put you on the spot. Now, here's what I was thinking. I don't always. I won't let you just die on the vine. I want to talk about the fun parts of our life.
Yes.
Right.
Cool.
And we can always talk about the dark stuff and what it takes to get here and how hard it is. And it's very heavy and hard at a lot of
It
moments,
is.
but there's a lot of fun moments. And I just thought we would share some of the like intimate parts of our funny times of our life, right?
Yeah.
Like some of the things that we've done and some of your favorite memories and moments experience. I'm just gonna like interview and ask you
Ooh, interview.
just interview style questions and just hear what you have to respond to. So
Mhm.
question number 1. What is the most fun you've ever had on a vacation with me?
Oh, let me think. We've done many, many cool things together, so that's kind of tricky for me. I still say Zion.
Why?
We had so much fun on that. It was an anniversary trip, and we stayed in one of those massive, like under canvas glamping
Uh,
tents. And in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where we were. I have no clue. We were in the middle of
where's
nowhere.
Zion?
Yeah. Somewhere. And it was just an entire trip that was filled with laughter, good food, so much adventure. We went sand snowboarding.
Yep,
We
sandboarding.
hiked and biked everywhere in Zion. We did Angel's Landing, which is a really cool hike. We just randomly started driving up the mountains and found this like
That was
secret
so
little
cool.
reservoir that was 45 degrees colder up there, but
Yeah.
it was awesome. I was literally gonna buy a cabin for like,
Yeah. You had me driving down these like roads.
I was like, oh, go check out in there. Look at these cabins. And I was like, I should buy a cabin. I'm gonna put it as in like as a secret treasure hunt for my kids when we pass away, that they have to do this treasure hunt in the middle of wherever, and then they get this cabin. I still might do that.
That was a pretty sick idea.
I know. I'm a really cool mom.
You know what'd be really sick is if like a raccoon lived in it.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But that was honestly, it was just one of my favorite trips. We were just so carefree and it was so
So
fun. And
why do you think it's so important to mix fun in with our business? Just with our life. But
I mean, without it, it's like, what the hell are you working for? You know?
money.
Yeah, to buy back your time and freedom. But I think it's doing those things just goes to show you like, oh wow, once I really do have all the time in the world and I completed what I want, like this is the type of life I get to live. These are the moments that I get to look forward to all the time, and I get to, because right now it's you get to carve out time for those things, but you're still constantly thinking about the business, right? Like how can I make it better? How can I make it run? But I think having those anchored moments of fun are like, oh yes, this is why I chose her as my wife, or I chose him as my husband, because the business isn't just our whole life. Like we don't ever want to be so rich that all we have is our money. We want to go make experiences and live our life to the fullest. And a lot of the time, the most fun things to us, we don't give a shit about like ritzy things. Yeah, we might want to stay and sleep in nice places just because, and we want good food. But you and I are such adventure people. We want to travel and experience cultures, and we don't care if that's on the side of a freaking mountain or like that's just how we are. And every single thing that we talk about, like future casting all these things together, is about traveling and going experiencing different cultures, and oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun together, or we can't wait to go do this, or we plan it for those things. And so we talk about it in the midst of building this business, and then it's like, hey, you know what, it is our anniversary. Remember that badass trip that we talked about going to take in South Africa? Why don't we go do that?
So I think that's where you want to go right now is South Africa, huh?
Well, I want to go to Switzerland.
What are your top 10 places?
10.
10.
Woo, okay, let's
That's a
see.
lot. Let's see. Okay, how about 5? Because maybe you
Yeah,
can't
geez
count to
Louise.
10.
Yes, I can count to 10, but I want all to go all the places.
Maybe you can't count to 10 and you're going all the places, right? So like top 5.
Definitely South Africa, Switzerland.
Are these in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
No, these are just off the top of the dome piece
Okay.
because no specific order. Ireland,
Okay, South
Italy,
Africa, Ireland, Italy,
south of France,
South of France.
like so many places. Alaska,
Huh.
Pacific Northwest, like so many places.
Do you hear this dog barking over here?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's fun?
this is the worst type of fun for me.
You know that you bought that dog right there for your first anniversary. You thought it was gonna be real fun.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, it was during COVID. You thought it was a great
No, I
idea.
don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he's right there. He only costs $35,000.
No, I did
No,
not.
well, I don't know what it really costs, but
Every single time you say the price is so much higher.
yeah.
It was like $500.
All right, so you use the word inside here, future cast,
Yeah.
and that is also a form of fun that I think is super important for personal development and relationship development and being able to paint a picture of where you're going and what it looks like together, which is a fun activity in itself to be able to do because it allows you to dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
What talk about what that feels like for you. Like, is it still fun for you as it was the first day? The first time I ever introduced you to it?
It is. It's not as fun as it was the first time. And I don't know why. I think it's just because it was the first time I heard it. Like the entire thought of it was so exciting. Um, Now I feel kind of like a seasoned veteran in it, where I'm like, oh man, all these new levels, they keep getting harder. And man, it was just so much easier when I was just kind of a
It was exciting.
naive, excited. Yeah. So it is fun though. It is fun. I truly do love dreaming and love growth with you. I really do. I think it's been one of the biggest factors in our relationship and being so strong is like our continuous, we want to grow, we want to achieve new things, whatever that looks like. But yeah,
What do you think happens to the relationship when the fun dies out? And is there ways to spark the fun that we've been able to? I mean, not every day is fun, but I try to be fun. I mean, I'm much more fun at 8 in the morning than I'm at 8 at night. But
yeah, I think it, I think I think it comes in seasons. I mean, I that might not sound like the correct answer for people to be like, everybody's like, oh, you have to go on date nights every week, and you have to, yeah, you have to be intentional about it. But sometimes the things that work best for you and I is just kind of seasonal. You and I are very much so. If we feel like doing it, then we go and do it. If we don't feel like doing it, then like we've had plenty of times where we've had date nights and we both look at each other and we're like, oh man, I don't feel like getting dressed up. Can we just stay home? Like, let's just stay home. And we're like, yeah, I love that. You
well,
know?
I don't ever dress up, period. So maybe you didn't want to get dressed up.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But
But I know what you're saying. Yeah, like it's y- y- that's a very important word, intentional.
I do, and that's what I was gonna say. So no matter what you hear on the freaking internet, you, at the end of the day, you have to do what works best for you and your relationship. You and I having a designated Tuesday date night thing, that doesn't work for us. I don't care about that. Some Tuesday nights I'm dead asleep by 7 o'clock, and sometimes I want to freaking read till 10 o'clock. Like I don't know.
I think then you're honoring a calendar instead of your commitment to each other, right? I think a commitment should have some it should be spontaneous and you're with each other. And for me, I don't want to do every night Tuesday night or every Wednesday date night. I think
It just
it's
doesn't work for us, right? Some people, they might freaking love that. Great, go do that. But for us, what I found is a lot of the time, spur of the moment. It's always our anniversary that we genuinely look forward to because it's kind of like our big, let's go do something kind of
yeah.
crazy and adventurous. And it's our anniversary. Like we love love. We love each other. You're my best friend. And I don't know. We make intentional time to go do that. That's always fun.
Moving out of the cold these past 5, 6 months has been we haven't traveled as much,
That's we're toasty.
right? What do you think about that?
I didn't look at it as yeah, maybe the weather has something to do with it. We're not like itching to get out of the freezing cold weather, but right now we're in a really big growth season. So I think that we're both just okay with saying, you know what? A lot of that stuff that we did before, it kind of takes the back seat right now because we're committed to this. And I think that's okay. I think that it has to be that way in so many different areas because especially when you want to do something big. And I
Yeah,
just think it's okay.
I think I was talking to Doug last night, Doug and Tia Wood. We were talking, and for many seasons, he said something was pretty important. It's like we were harvesting,
Yeah, I love
right? So
that.
we were in harvesting season where they were just kind of living off of what they were doing and working, but like just
Yeah.
reaping the rewards. And now they're in a season right now where all they're doing is locking in,
Yeah.
right? 4:30 in the morning at the gym and praying over the place and doing all this stuff because they're in a season of just committed together to find out what's next for them,
Yeah.
right? And challenging. And he's like, it's a lot of fun inside of that, but a lot of stress inside of that too.
And truthfully, I'm very, very much so. As much as I am attracted to like the fun side of you that I get to see, when it's just our very intimate, you're really silly, you do these terrible, silly hip dances.
They're really good.
Your jokes are awful, but I love those moments with you, right? But what really did attract me to you initially was how completely insane and driven you were to growth and like that is what attracted me to you, right? And so I forgot exactly where I was going to go with that, but just like the fun part to me, like yes, it's important for us to have fun, and we do have fun, but it's in our way, you know. And I think it doesn't have if you get in your mind that it has to look a specific way, then you already screwed yourself, right? It doesn't have to look a specific way. Some days it might look like all laughing and cackling and jokes. Other days it might look like this, right? What is, you know? And so I think that was the point that I wanted to make because you're not a very fun guy. Like I wouldn't label you as like this big jokey fun. Oh,
Yeah,
Mark is
what
so
does it even
fun.
mean to be fun?
Yeah, exactly. But what is fun is that you are a completely sold out man who is devoted to his business and his family and his wife. And to me, that's way more important than the guy who can make me laugh or tell me jokes, right?
Mhm.
Like I could watch an Instagram video of a whatever to tell me a joke. I don't know, you know?
You know, on one of my medicine journeys, the next morning I got up and did another journey, like super early. And I did it with a guy and we're just got out a pen and paper. The idea was to take this medicine and, sit and let this music flow over you and write down business thoughts and ideas, which I got a lot of cool stuff out of. But one of the questions that he asked me when we are sitting down on the table together, he's like, "So what do you do for fun?" And under the medicine, my response back was like, "What is fun? F-U-N." Like literally, like
What
it
is
doesn't
fun?
even mean anything to me.
Mark
Like,
works for
like
fun.
what does it even mean? Like that was coming
Yeah.
out as fast as I could talk about it. I remember it clear as day. I'm like, I don't know what it means to be fun. My idea of fun is competing.
It's working.
Right. My idea of fun is winning. My idea
Yeah.
of fun is like doing stuff that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. Totally.
Like dangerous things I think is fun. It just excites me. My idea of fun is not sitting at a barbecue, hanging out, watching, throwing frickin'
Beanbags.
beanbags in. If you like that stuff, cool. But for me, that's just not. It doesn't work for me. My perfect world is like living on the edge
Totally is.
of just disaster at any moment.
Totally. It is. Yeah. It's scary.
I don't know why. I don't know why it
I don't
does
know.
that.
I like that about you too. I like that you're absolutely insane.
But you can't really do it that way when you're a dad.
No, you're very chill now, by the way. You're very
I
chill.
wouldn't say chill. I would say
Not as extreme
I would
yet
say I
risking
would
your life every day in those ways.
yeah. I'm just not trying to kill myself doing the stupid stuff that I used to do. All right, so we talked about what's your favorite holiday or your favorite not holiday, your favorite vacation was with me. What do you think are the funnest parts of keeping our life and our connection together?
Fitness.
Hmm.
Absolutely love lifting with you. We have a lot of fun together. We both are just these ruthless
What do you do if
gym.
the other person you're with isn't into fitness? Like what would you do if I wasn't into lifting weights?
It wouldn't work.
No.
I'm not, and honestly, I'm trying to like speak truthfully. It just wouldn't work. I, yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think like everything that you and I do is related around health and wellness.
What if I was
Like,
just like the most was just badass and awesome but I was just a big giant fat slob?
no, I don't think that would work for me.
No, why not?
No, I don't know. I just think that there's a certain standard of health and life and like I would want my partner to
Hmm.
want to have that.
Yeah. Well, one time I said something, if you're fat, then I would dump you. So I want to see what happened when the internet sees this when you say it
Oh
about
God,
me.
they're gonna freak out again.
All right. So fitness,
Fitness is
number
definitely
one.
one. Traveling is definitely another. Let's see. We like good food, so we just like trying cake restaurants.
You know, fitness and food don't go to great together all the time.
They do for us.
Yeah. Think so?
Yeah.
I think it's one of my greatest challenges.
Really? I think it's one of the most wonderful things about you. Every single time you eat, if we go to a restaurant, and not every time, but once a week maybe, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna have like this dessert because you love dessert, whether it's a cookie or ice cream or pie or something, you love it. Your muscles always look bigger the next day. I
I
think it's a
I
win-win for
think
you.
you're just telling me that.
I think you mentally, it messes you up more than anything because you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to have this. Like, dude, I always just want to be like, shut up. Yes, you are. You can literally have a fucking piece of cake. Your muscles are going to be 10 times bigger in the morning and it's going to be fine. Like,
I
you're
think
not
that's a
going to
lie.
die. It's not a lie.
Like you're just feeding me that BS so that I'll eat some cake with you.
It's not hard. Well, literally, we have cake all the time together.
I just hate it.
One of my other favorite things, on the beach in Mexico, we don't drink alcohol, we don't do these things. So what do? We order sparkling water and we order a piece of cake.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Like literally, that's awesome.
that was fun, wasn't it? That was in Cabo.
Yeah, almost every one of my memories, we always have some dessert. It's awesome. So that's fun for me. Maybe obviously it's not fun for you. You feel guilty every time, but not me.
I get up and I'm just feeling like I'm sticking to the seat. That's what it
No.
sounds like. I feel like
No, but honestly,
Slobzilla.
I think the most fun parts of our life is that we are best friends. Like there's nothing seems too no like I don't know, just like our normal life is fun. Now not every day is a
Do you
home
really think it's
run.
fun?
I really do. And I know sometimes
Because you ask these kids, it's the worst life in the world.
I actually saw a really funny meme that said something like, "Take your kids on vacation so they could be ungrateful in a different country." Like, I was like, that might be our kids. Like, "Oh, we don't wanna go do this." I'm like, "Dude, you guys are in fucking Mexico, like, chill out."
Right? You do all these things all day and then they want to do the one thing. Oh, this day totally sucks.
Yeah, or
Right?
yeah,
Like,
that too. Like, you take your kids to the park, and then you take them to an aquarium, take them to the pool, trampoline park, and then you go home, and it's time to eat dinner, and they ask if we could go do something, and you say no, and, "Oh, God, this day sucks."
how important do you think it is for the kids to be able to see us having fun, being best friends, touching each other and loving each other like in an intimate way?
I think it's the most
Because they're
important
like, they
thing.
think it's cringe, but
I think it's the most important thing. They say it's cringy, but they secretly love how much we love each other. They do.
think so?
I know they do. And I love that we set the standard for like, yeah, this is how your husband should treat you, or this is how your wife should support you and love you, because it's not always easy, right? I mean, the supportive part, if Phoenix is going to go build something big or whatever he wants to do, right? He should know that he has to have a loving and supportive and fun partner. And the girls need to know that, yeah, this is what a real man who is loyal and protective and is a great provider. And this is what that looks like. This
True.
is, you know? So I love that we do that. Yes, they tell us every single day, this is cringy. Oh my God, they're making out in the kitchen, like these things, even though we're not making out, but these are
What
the things.
what do you what do you think about retirement?
Um in general.
Like just in our life, right? So I mean, I'm gonna be 45 in
Oh,
about
like what
28
are we gonna
days.
do when you're
Like, do I
quote
don't know that
unquote
I'm ever gonna
retired?
retire, but like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Because when I look at retirement, essentially, I think it's stupid. But as you get older in your life, you do. I don't wanna say you do less things, you do more intentional things, right?
Yeah,
What are
I'm
some
pumped
of the
about it.
yeah? Why is that?
Yeah, I'm freaking pumped about the day that you retire. Because, that's a big aiding factor in how much I support you and everything. What I mean is that it's not always easy. We've talked about that. Like, there is a lot of sacrifice that comes on both of our ends. More so on your end, I will definitely say that. But, your time and your attention is most of the time goes to the business. And not that I'm not saying I never feel unloved. We get plenty of attention, but I'm just saying, always in the back of your mind, I know, or if it's Christmas time and whatever, I know that you're thinking about the business. I know that about you. And so I push you and I encourage you and I'm positive and I'm reinforcing how amazing you are and that we can do this and we can get it done. And what do I have to do to help? And like I do that because I want you all to myself on the day that you retire. So that way we can wake up at 8 o'clock and not 3 a.m. And we can go surfing and we can whatever, like whatever we want to do, we get to do. And I know that you were completely in that moment and not having to think about anything else. You probably still will, but I'm just saying.
Do you ever wish that I didn't have this obsession with what I'm trying to pull off? Because the reality is, all the life that you want, we can already afford and live.
Yeah.
And like, I trip over 30, 40, 50, 70 thought like it's not hard for me to make that type of money now,
Hmm.
which is a good life, right?
Yeah.
Like let's just say I only wanted to make 30, 40 grand a month, right?
Yeah.
We'd have a pretty sick life. We could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Do you ever wish that I would just do that?
I wish that for you, but never have I wished it because I feel like it's taking away from me. I wished it for you to be able to be in a place or be somewhere or watch something like a sunset or just totally be completely immersed in the moment because I find so much peace in that. And sometimes I want to give that to you, but also, um,
Like by the way, that's what I'm working for. And I
I
know
know.
and I know what I want it to look like.
And feel like you say.
Yeah, I know what I want it to feel like. I know what it feels like. It there's a lot of changes that are gonna have to come in the next 5, 6 months. Um, I have to build a performance only culture.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
have
think
to.
I can rest until I have that.
You've always wanted that.
I just don't know. Like our core values are grit, God, results, initiative, and truth, and results are what matter to me. And
Always.
I just don't know how. So I'm sharing this with you because I go back and forth sometimes when I'm like, I know how to do just enough to live at this level. We're already at the top 1%, but I want to see what it's like the 0.00001% of life because I just want to know what it took to get there.
Mhm.
And that's what drives me all
Yeah.
the time. That's my level of fun. I'm far away from it right now, but I'm not far away from. Sometimes I do look around as I'm getting a little bit older, and I'm like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Right?
So
Like, is
that,
it really worth it?
yeah.
Is all this? You know, I got friends that make $1 million a year, and they're pretty happy,
Yeah, they are.
right?
Yeah.
I figure you piss away $1 million a year on shit that doesn't work, and because I'm sold out on trying to get to this place, right? And where I'm going here is dreaming. I spend so much of my time. My fun is like dreaming, and our fun is like telling you, "Hey, here's where we're gonna go, and this is what it's gonna look like, and this is what the jet's gonna look like. This is what the vacation's gonna look like. This is what the house is gonna look like. Here, will you do this? Will you wake up in the morning with me? And will you go work out with me? And will you then come back and have yoga? Will you have sex with me? Will you have breakfast with me? Will we go do freaking goat yoga later? Will we go surfing? Like all these different
Yeah.
things the way I want to live my life. And oftentimes I'm like, man, you can already do that all. And it's this weird thing as I get a little bit older, but I also know that I would still require me to work. But honestly, it's like 2 to 3 hours a week. That's sometimes I look at around and I'm like, why do you even fucking care about these houses? And
I don't think you really
I,
do care about the houses.
I don't.
You never really have.
But I still gotta have a home to live in, right? So like I'm stuck kind of this weird place where I gotta raise
Yeah.
these
You
kids.
sit in a weird place where you don't care about the things. You've never cared about the things because you truly are like love the work. Like you're gonna work hard whether you have the things or don't have
I
the
just love
things.
winning.
But but you do are also want your hard work to reflect
Yeah.
sometimes, right? Like you're like, damn, sometimes I really just want to live on the side of a freaking mountain or on the side of the ocean. Like just give me a little beach shack and I'm fine. And then some days you walk in here and you're like, damn it, I work my dick off. I don't have a Lamborghini or I'm like these things. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't really care about those things. Some days
There's days I get revved up on that.
you do. I think that's just like, again, you want to win so bad that you're like, I
But
don't
what
know.
is winning? What does winning look like to you?
Opposite of you.
What does it look like?
It looks like a very slow and calm and quiet, maybe like very, very farm-esque life where I have like these massive flowers and gardens and it's warm and I wake up and I have my coffee and my kids are either there or maybe my grandkids at this time are running around or just waking up and my husband is right there and he's like walking around like maybe
Changing light
maybe
bulbs.
fixing like picking fruit or like fixing stuff. Just it is a very slow, just in the and then we're just like holding hands on the front porch, watching the sun come up. Like it is a very slow. Maybe we go fishing. Maybe we ride horses to our picnic spot. Like these are the things.
You need to reframe this dream because there's no way you're getting up before the sun. So maybe the sunset. Let's talk.
Okay, sunset.
Let's be honest
That's
about that.
probably more real, anyways. But yeah, mine's very. It's never about the like it in my like the house and the cars and stuff. Like it's always been so hard for me because I just don't give a shit about those things. I want nice things. I care about quality of things. I do care about that. To say that I don't would be a lie. Like obviously the life that that you've afforded us to live now is a lot better than me living in a smoke-filled apartment. I'm not denying that. The hard work and the money, like that's part of it. But truly the life that I have always felt called to live is a lot more just to me if I could wait peaceful. If I could wake up every day like that farm picture I just painted, like I'm winning. Like I am fucking winning. And actually, I remember at the beginning of our relationship when you would tell me like I need you to want things. It was so hard for me. I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" I was like, "I don't care about things." And you're like, "No, because if you want things, then I can quantify in my head then how much money I have to make." And it was like a driving factor for you.
Mhm.
And I literally was like, I don't know how to tell you that I don't give a shit about those things. I was like, I do financially want to be taken care of. I don't want to have to worry about money.
Mm.
And then you looked at me, you're like, you don't have to worry about money. I was like, I know that. Why do you think I'm good? Like, I don't have to worry about that. I get to raise my babies. I get to support and take care of my husband. And like, bro, I'm winning. I made it. Like, that was it for me, you know? So, dreaming, my winning might look a little different than yours. I think it does.
No, it looks the same. It's just the journey to get there looks completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, same result. I just have to climb fucking Mount Everest. I don't just need to climb that little foothill mountain right there.
Well, with all the dreaming that we talked about and the trips and all these things, now I'll interview you. What has been your favorite memory together? Like, I'm not even going to say vacation or anything, just whatever. It could be the most mundane or it could be the most extraordinary or whatever thing that we've done. What is your favorite memory that of just you and I?
Yeah, so the first one that pops in my head is the one that when you woke me up in the middle of the night and we drove into the middle of the field and there was an asteroid, like
Meteor shower.
meteor showers, whatever. Call it
Totally.
asteroid, whatever. Asteroid's gonna hit the
Here's
earth.
an asteroid.
No, I guess whatever. Meteor shower was going on and you were like, I had the heat on and I was like sound asleep. It's like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. and you got your head popped up like a dog with the heat coming on through
It
through
was
the
cold. It was like almost winter, right?
yeah, it was winter. It was
Yeah.
cold, yeah. Through the sunroof and you're just staring out there at these things like a little kid. That was one of my favorite. That was like a nice I can't say it was fun. It was like a memorable, just like a memorable moment.
It was really cool to see all those shooting stars, and I was very grateful you took me to do that.
And you liked that, and then we got to go back in and it was freezing and I got to go to sleep and
Yeah.
that was that.
Wake up and have coffee.
Yeah. But I would say a lot of the memories when we were first getting going, because like a lot of our firsts were pretty cool. You
Yeah, they
know,
were
like
cool.
getting the house, getting the
Yeah,
car,
getting the
like
farm was
just
a
doing
definite
these
first for me.
things coming from
Mhm.
nothing, and the initial journey from like broken and just getting to know each other to becoming millionaires was a lot of fun.
It was a lot.
I wouldn't say that coming from like a millionaire to whatever 40 mil, whatever our number is right now has been as exciting.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I would say it's been more taxing.
It's been more taxing and it's been more hard work, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know it just because the excitement part is it's a more process filled.
Yeah,
It's a more
things aren't as exciting.
yeah, they're just not.
I don't know if that's like our lifestyle or what, but it's just not as exciting as it was. I mean, you could only eat so many steaks, you can only go to so many restaurants, you can only go get so many clothes, you can only fly first class, you can only do like these things before it just becomes normal.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that is I don't want to lose what we have ever,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I like this better than being broke,
Yeah, for sure.
right? So, but I don't know. I gotta keep. This might be something. I know we're going down a different story here, but this might be something I'm telling myself is different. It might feel this way all the way to what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. Like somebody who makes $5 million. I read, or Hormozy said one time, at like $5 million a year net, like there's not much over that. Everything's pretty much the same. Sure. I guess if you're a billionaire, right, things might be much different. But like at $5 million a year, like pretty much everything is,
You can do whatever you want,
you
pretty
can
much.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes I often wonder, like, what am I actually chasing? And in a quantifiable place, it's I think it's stability, which is weird, right? Because I'm not like
Mhm.
in a world full of risk. I'm trying to build a stable world for the people around me.
Well, I
And I
think
think,
that's natural. I think that after all the chaos and all the hard work and all of the commotion of everything, it's like, yeah, the one when I'm done, like I want stability and I want to be good.
stability, safety, and peace are not words that I throw around often,
No way.
but I think that's where I'm trying to get to, because my level of peace and stability will be generational,
Yeah.
not just for us. I feel like if I don't take care of our kids,
You
then I
definitely hold
probably
that.
didn't do it correctly. And I know that's a huge burden. Like these kids don't give a fuck about me. They're not even going to know. But like for me, I have this vision of who I am,
Mhm.
and that's what I want to do. Right. Like I've shared this vision before where there's a long hallway of all of our forefathers and there's a loser after loser after loser after loser after loser and comes to me. And it's like, because of this motherfucker right here, our entire lineage changed. And then it's all new people after me. And I value that.
You do.
Right. And I work towards that every day. And, so that for me is like fun. Yet you'd be like, well, how fun can that be?
Yeah. Well, you're just built differently.
I don't know.
It's not very fun for me, but it's fun for you.
Well, do you like to take naps?
I like to take naps. I like to read. I like to work out. I like to we could go on our boat. I like to do those things.
Yeah, my boat that you bought me.
I like to wakeboard. I like
Can't wait
to.
till it's probably missing me.
It's definitely missing you.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to ask me?
Let me think. If you weren't doing what you were doing right now, if you could pick anything in the world to do, like if you had a restart button and different dream, because I know there's something. I don't think you first saw this happening. Like God's plan definitely. You were very obedient in following God's plan. But let's just say you got to redo it. What would you do differently?
Well, like, let's talk about that. Like, am I working or am I doing anything in the world?
Anything in the world.
Well, then I would be a professional skier.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You would be the best. You'd
I
be a
w-
champion.
that's what I would like to do, right? Like, I'd love to be a professional freestyle skier, and that was what I was a kid, and I loved that stuff. That was my sport. I was good at it, really good at it before I put some muscles on. Um, I enjoyed the hell out of it every day of my life, and that was like
Actually, you
that
should.
was like a dream.
I wish I had the photo of you doing like the little spread eagle in your bright pink snowsuit. I will show everybody that Mark was a little cute skier. It's like an 80s Polaroid picture, but it's you and you're like up in the air. It's really cute.
Yeah, let's not show that to people.
I'm definitely gonna show it.
All right. Well, this was a fun episode. It's time for me to get some food. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week.